to sum up everything that's been said tonight, what we're saying is, and you said it at the very start, cruising is going really well in Australia, but there's a lot of growth potential out there. So we could be sitting here next year and going, well, we've just doubled our... I mean, is it exciting for you guys to be working in the industry where there is so much potential for growth?
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's funny. I see it from the retail sector, where initially at Clear, the cruise specialised training, we had cruise specialists who, partook in that program. But as the years went on, there are agencies who didn't even like cruising or didn't want to sell cruising, but they had no choice because their customer was dictating what they want to be sold. Yeah. And so they've started to become on board. So now it's actually quite unusual to have an agent that is not selling at least some sort of cruise because it's dictated by their client. So we're going to see more and more of that, hopefully.
And also we were talking about river cruising, I think Matt touched. That's also becoming quite popular, isn't it?
It is. I mean, Europe's going strength to strength. One of the really exciting bits is the Asian rivers. Yes, you've got your traditional Mekong and Yangtze, but you've got the Irrawaddy, which is just a fabulous trip, as well as the Ganges. But not only the new routes, but you've also got established cruise lines that have been in our market for some time who used to lease vessels. So the experience wasn't quite the same, transferable to a bit of an older inventory. But now they've got their own new builds, which is quite new. So this has only really eventuated in the last 2 or 3 years. So you're getting that quality in these remote areas, and that's opened up. I actually don't even know if it's that. I don't know how sales are for you for Irrawaddy and on some of these new builds.
Availability is the issue.
Yeah, availability is the issue.
Yeah,
that's good.
It's really taken off.
It's a good issue to have.
A lot more interest, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But also, touching on the rivers, when the people are going to Europe, they might have taken a cruise and then hired a car and done a few other things. Now they might they're often taking on an ocean cruise to a river cruise because what might have been a coach tour or a driving holiday before is now a river cruise and an ocean cruise because of the ease.
Yeah, and I think the opportunity there is there now where people that maybe, talking Europe specifically, people in the past may have done a coach tour, just done 30 days around 10 dozen different countries or whatever. They may still do that, but now they're seriously considering a cruise as part of that trip. So the opportunity to actually package sort of traditional land things with a cruise, airfare and all that sort of thing, I think there's a lot more creativity in what people are doing with their holidays and incorporating a cruise portion of that within that trip.
That's why they need an agent.
Exactly.
Well, that's awesome. Fly cruise packages. I mean, we've seen a lot of them. Is this something that's going to continue to develop for you guys?
Well, we do a lot of fly cruise packages, and the reason that we started them in the first place was to actually help the travel industry, to show them the ease of getting people to Europe, that there are good flight prices, having pre and post arranged if necessary, and as well as having the flexibility to add on at the end, because everything that a consumer is looking for really, it's choice. Mm-hmm. So we do a lot to help the industry. It's good commissions for them. Everything's done for them. So it's a lot of work for us, but yes, we've committed to doing it, and we still have committed to it. So yes, it is there.
Commissions was the secret word you used there, wasn't it?
Yes.
Secret word.
Yes.
Fly cruise?
Well, very, very exciting. As of the first week of December, we're actually launching Silver Air in Australia. So we've just now started our air department. So we've got all our authorization for that. So they are becoming more and more sort of packages put together, really trade centric. So fly free, subsidised flights for the trade, as well as ease. With the expedition fleet, we sort of may do a turnaround on Easter Island or Palau or Korora, and some of these destinations are not the easiest to get in and out of. And for people that don't necessarily book flights in and out of these destinations, it takes time to look into it. So we'll have a fly option. So they're just a simple fly add-on with commissions, of course. So we're very, very happy to be able to offer that to the Australian market for the first time. So that's exciting.
There you go. You heard it here first, folks. Lynn, the ocean cruising market, there's a lot of people obviously cruising. How do you guys at MSC stay ahead of the rest?
Well, number one, we still a family-owned and operated business, so we move very quickly, and we are running a business. When we look at where we started, when we built our first new cruise ship in 2003, and currently we're selling 14, and in fact by 2026 we'll have 23 cruise ships. We have committed to the market. We have committed to building new prototypes, to always pushing and developing new and exciting things. The fact that MSC has that wow factor. How do we stay ahead of the market? It's being on top of your game, and most importantly, knowing the psychology of consumers, what they're looking for, the needs of people, and staying abreast of that.
And expedition obviously is a developing market, but again, a lot of people playing in that market. Same question there. How do you come up with something that your competitor maybe doesn't have?
Well, very, very similar to MSC. We are a privately owned company as well, so we can act quickly. When it comes to expedition, we really feel that we don't need gimmicks for Antarctica. We try and deliver a very strong core expedition product, and we're very, very proud of that core expedition product. The way that we stay ahead is purely through port sort of destination development. So having that 590 different ports in 2018 for 4 ships is quite amazing. We have our Galapagos that just goes around the Galapagos all year round, but between the Silver Cloud expedition, the Explorer and the Discoverer, it does go to 580 destinations just for those 3 ships. So it's about finding those new destinations, those heritage sites, and they're not easy. It's years of negotiations to get into some of these exclusive places, but that's what keeps us ahead of the curve, having sort of access to these places that fewer than 1,000 people in the world get to visit every year. So very, very happy about that.
You've convinced me, folks. I'm going to go and book a cruise right now. That's all we've got time for, folks. I hope you found that as interesting and informative as I did. I'd like to thank my panel very much for coming along. That was really enjoyable. I'd like to thank MSC for hosting us here tonight, and particularly to Donna for all the arrangements. Thanks to Blue Bucket Media for all their work, and also to all the great team at Traveltalk, particularly Christine, who actually helped set all this up. My name is John Underwood. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.